up, goats? Let's begin this message here. So I got this brand new deck while I was shopping yesterday, and I think that it's really cute. So let's go ahead and see what vibe it is. It's very uplifting as well. I feel like these are direct channeled spirit messages. So I just want to tap in. You see the title here. If the title resonates, this is your message. Saturn is direct in Pisces, where it will then switch signs into Aries in February 2026. So there's a lot of energy flowing in and out, okay? Excuse my allergies today as well. This Arizona weather has not been nice. It's never nice, really, when it comes to how it switches so quickly these days. So, yes, I'm moving with the waves, okay? Let's see the vibes here. So, kindness changes everything. I'm getting that you're learning to approach life differently, where maybe you would harden in a situation. You're learning to open up. I'm going to give myself as a personal example because I'm also a Capricorn too, for those that may or may not know. So I recently have been getting this powerful surge to open up to new souls, new friendships, new aligned spirit energy that is willing to meet me where I am meeting them, right? So into 2026, one of my affirmations is I trust the divine to bring in the best of the best and nothing less as far as souls and friends, right? So let's go ahead and tap into one more here. Something about your kindness. You're very fair. All right. You could have Libra in your chart too. I'm getting that. You're very, very fair. And you're learning that nothing has to harden you. Not anymore. You're growing. You're truly spiritually maturing, emotionally maturing, mentally maturing here, and allowing things to kind of wither away if they need to. But you're also learning to hold on to the relationships that do pour into you. You're pouring back. You're really meeting people halfway, and maybe even a little bit more if you feel called to do that. Because we all know everybody goes through different things in our lives. Sometimes our friends, our family members really want to be there for us, but they go through their own hardships. So sometimes you step in and put in a little bit more love to water into them. 222 as I say that. Also, 232 and 332 are showing up. So I'm going to write that down. I was about to head out, but I really just felt good about giving y'all a message real quick. So before then, just so y'all know I love y'all, because I paused everything to make sure I could get this message. Look, it says tomorrow you will be unstoppable. Wow. Something is downloading within your body. On the bottom of the deck here, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. So interesting, because there's something here about something grounding into your system. Like I said, something is downloading into your body here. We got rest and recovery. You could be resting a lot, being called to rest a little bit more. Also, I just dropped a Patreon membership exclusive tarot message for the next 8 weeks. So there's some, and as I said, 8, we put 888. So that's crazy. I'm going to pull that out. So I dropped it a next 8 weeks message. That link is over on my community post. I just posted that up here. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and become a member, that's only if you feel called. You know what I'm saying? So that's my private home over there. Like, that's my home. I do all my like best work over there. There's hundreds of links available for you, all timeless. 3:33 p.m. as we begin this message. That's powerful. No wonder I was called to drop this message at this time. Literally 333 energy. So we got 333, 888, 222, 232, and 332. Let me know if these are any of your numbers. Could be for one of you, could be for a couple or more. So Spirit is saying you will always be beautiful, love others, and love yourself. You're in this Venus energy. That's what I'm getting. There's some sort of Venus activation going on in your energy. Your values are coming forward. Your morals, your structures of wisdom, I'm hearing. It says, own your magic, baby. You're doing great. You are doing great, Capricorn. I'm just here to give you a positive, encouraging message today, truly. Something about your toxic family, too. It's like you're just like, stop. I'm not going to be doing that. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not going to be going back and forth. I'm not going to be matching energy in the way I used to. I'm going to be giving kindness to myself, booting whatever needs to be booted out, blocking whoever needs to be blocked, but also inviting the souls, the energies, and the aligned people who are ready to be, in my timeline with me, because you're not going to do it alone. I know a lot of you have felt like that's possibly a part of your journey, but you were meant to learn lessons through that, okay? But you do have some powerful abilities here awakening. See, I was studying Saturn energy the other night, and Saturn in certain parts of your life, yes, challenges you, but the challenge and the karma energy is about reorganization. Saturn comes to reorganize. That's why I said in the title, Saturn is checking the list here, like reorganizing everything within your reality and making sure only what is meant to stay with you stays and whatever dies out is meant to die out. Okay, because you are literally about to get some blessings. I've been pulling on this energy, trust me. I read for Capricorns on Threads, I read for Capricorns here, I read for the collective over on Instagram and here as well. So I've been picking up on this energy for a while. We got Garnet energy, which is the January stone. You could be a January Capricorn. Shout out to my December and January Capricorns. I don't do that weird ass shit where one is better than the other and this and that. Whatever the hell people do online, that shit is super weird to me. I do not bash any zodiac sign. I believe everyone's beautiful in their own way. Now, there are some shitheads in every single archetype of an Aries, a Taurus, a Gemini, a Capricorn, but that's them choosing to be that way. It doesn't have to do anything really with the sign being the sign, okay? Because everyone has a positive side of themselves, a light, and they have a shadow side of themselves, a more negative polarity. Now, shadow side is not negative, but also negativity is not what we think it is either. There's a negative charge and a positive charge that are necessary to work together in order to bring the light forward, okay? I'm seeing a battery as well. You see how there's batteries like a double A, triple A, and it has a positive charge and a negative charge end, and you just have to be specific on which part of the battery you're putting into the remote in order for the remote to actually be usable, for the device to actually turn on. So both are necessary. That's what I'm getting to use as an example of that. Thank you, Spirit, for that message. I really appreciate that, by the way. So you took the road less traveled. It's giving Robert Frost. Who are my poets? Where are my writers at? Period. I'm seeing that something you're writing could go viral. Not a video, it's a writing, a book, an ebook, an audio book, even. Maybe you're writing and then turning it into audio messages. I see that you've done something differently versus what you would usually do. Like I said, you're approaching something with a more open heart and more kindness. And this is what's bringing in more blessings because you're not blocking your blessings through being bitter about things. You're actually allowing things to flow into you here. I'm hearing X marks the spot. So a new adventure here, and X marks the spot. Like there's a map and it shows you where to go, and then there's an X. I'm getting that here. Something about treasure chest, something about treasure hunt, something about piranhas and pirates. I'm hearing piranhas and pirates. I have no idea why Spirit brings certain messages through sometimes. So you tell me what does resonate only, okay? So we have break the old matrix. It says 100% unicorn with right behind that is 444. So many numbers y'all are coming through right now. So it says guided, protected, and held. You have nothing to worry about, Capricorn. You've broken the old cycle. Even if it's still difficult for you because you're still battling certain tendencies, habits, or I'm hearing even flavors. Trust me, you're on the brink of something here. Your intuition is calling you, and you've been doing some research. Somebody's been doing some research on you in some way, shape, or form. I feel like people are just curious about you because you're online sharing your wisdom for some of you, and it's really compelling. You have a compelling wisdom to you at this time. The way that you're sharing it is very compelling. Like your delivery style is very compelling as well. Let me go ahead and bring the mic over here. Yeah, that's good. So we got 55 showing up. Lots of numbers, y'all. Let me know what numbers are for you. So there's a lot of numbers here, and they're all double digit or triple digit too. Okay. 55 speaks of self-mastery. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of animosity at work, career, or the way that you make money has been changing. This could have caused a lot of defense mechanisms to kind of rise to the top here. You've been a little bit more on edge because you like to have everything squared away and in control of at least the financial part, but sometimes even that part goes through a challenge in order for us to see certain things that we may be doing or may not be doing in order to maneuver. Thank y'all for getting the likes up. I really appreciate that. But more than the likes, make sure to comment. I want to know whose Capricorn energy this is, okay? And each of my messages, they're always different. Sometimes I speak to certain Capricorns born at this date. Sometimes it's a certain Capricorn group born in a specific 2-week span. So it just really depends, okay? I am getting that a lot of you do have air in your chart with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. That's very symbolic here. So you're very mentally driven. all the cardinal signs are, they represent the air element in general. So there is something about you having a very powerful mind, a very powerful way of leading, which is purely Capricorn coded, you know? So I do see that you've alchemized this situation here. You could have dealt with some sort of family. I mean, it's holiday season. So any of you that are around family members that you're usually not normally around, there could be some triggering conversations or some triggering things coming up here. But I do see that you're dealing with it well. This could even be just animosity within your home or animosity within your own space, within your own heart, for those that don't deal with anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing one of y'all like on an island and you really don't deal with anybody too much. So this could all just be personal to you as energy. Whoa, those cards, look what fell to the ground. I don't want to get it really, spirit, but it is the devil card as well. That just flew out. So something could be feeling like it's unstable at this time, but it's only because, just like I'm hearing tectonic plates move, when they settle, even the aftershock energy can be a little bit dangerous, but once it settles for a while, it will settle for years to come. You know what I'm saying? So something about volcanoes as well. Volcanoes have been going off all over the world. So Mother Gaia is definitely speaking, and we do have to listen at this time. That's what I'm also hearing, channeling a lot right now. So Sagittarius is coming through. Aries is coming through. We got Capricorn twice here. Okay, you're addressing certain obsessions you may have with certain things here. There's such thing as positive obsessions. Like you could be obsessed with going to the gym as well. This is coming up. Spirit says just don't get obsessed with your body too much, because you're beautiful the way that you are. You know, a lot of people who go to the gym a lot tend to say that it's, you have to be careful with your reasoning why you go, because mentally you can fall into this, you know, body dysmorphia where you really don't ever see your gains anymore because you just want to keep growing. But the truth is, you are beautiful from the jump. It's all about you being healthy, you feeling like you can at least do these movements so you can create a body that's long lasting. So this is what's coming through here. And that's for my gym folk, my fitness folk. Not everybody has to be, you already know. If you do resonate with knowing a little bit into the next 8 weeks energy, definitely go tap into my membership on Patreon, as well as if you resonate to donate, book a reading, book a call. All that information is down below. One link, all access. Okay. So I do see that there is two people here in this energy as well. You could be the Knight of Pentacles, or you could be the Queen of Wands, or they could be vice versa. Okay. But I do see something here about somebody who's very patient, somebody who's been working diligently, just making sure that they take things step by step. I'm channeling fast here, so I'm going to keep going. With the Queen of Wands here, I do feel like there's a highly spiritually charged individual in this energy, in this situation, or your spiritual body is being highly charged at this time. You could be getting a lot of quick downloads. I like to see the fire energy, like the King and the Queen of Wands, as people who have claircognizance, the ability, the psychic ability of clearly knowing things kind of on a whim, very instant knowing is what I like to say as well. I do feel like this energy is grounding down into your system, but you've been getting a lot of informative insights from God, from the angels, as well as your spiritual guides, who have been trying to tell you what steps to take here leading into Capricorn season. Okay. We're about to be in Capricorn season, period. I do see, though, that there is an angelic energy within you, or an angelic energy around you here. Rainbows are symbolic, sunflowers are symbolic. You've been balancing things here within your world, within yourself. That's what I see. Interesting. Two nights. So here's a message that could only be resonant for some of you. It doesn't have to be everybody. So someone is learning to dive into their emotions in order to come to you. It's like they won't be able to be allowed past your energetic field by your guides or by the universe itself if they don't align with their heart. That's one message. Another message that's coming through with this is there could be two masculine energies that want your attention. You're so sexy, magnetic, handsome, gorgeous, beautiful, whatever you want to call it. And this is causing a lot of people to kind of get, a little aroused by your energy. And you can take that for how that resonates. It can mean many different things. It could even be just mentally aroused, where they just really feel like, wow, the way, Capricorn Collective here approaches life and lives their life is inspiring to me. I want to come towards them. but they have to get their shit right in order to come towards you. Okay, 344. As I say this message, y'all got a lot of synchronistic numbers coming through. Numerology could be important. Numbers could be very, very, very much so the language that the universe speaks to you. Maybe you're really into numbers. I'm talking about really into it. Like it's not just light for you, it's deep. You may do actual deep esoteric work. There is something here though about someone morphing from a very stern, quiet, steady pace to a more passionate, quicker pace in order to reach you. This feels like someone's morphing, literally. This could be you. But I do see you standing in your power, learning to adapt as well. Fire energy is very adaptable, and that's what's coming through. I just saw the Justice card, but we'll see what comes out here. Show me one more, Spirit. Super cool message today. Very interesting energy. Definitely more on the positive spectrum of if anything. Yeah, Justice came out. There you go. With the World here. Something is returning to you. Okay. You put in a lot of work in your image, or at least in your auric field. It's coming through, at least, that the way you're being perceived is very powerful at this time. You're very protected too. The world does show a reef covering this individual, and it's like a flame that revolves around you. So I'm also seeing a dragon kind of flow around you. Maybe you work with dragon energy consciously. We all kind of do in our own way, unconsciously, because the dragons protect people who are definitely connected to the divine here. But I'm also getting that you're consciously aware of this dragon energy here. It's funny, every time I talk about dragons, those videos do so well. I guess dragons really like me to be talking about that energy, because I did a reading on Instagram and that shit went viral. I was like, really? I talk about so many important topics, but I talked about dragons, which is also kind of an important topic, but not anything people really know about. And that resonated with so many people. I was like, you just never know. You got to just kind of do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And see what spirit holds for you in the cards, not just here physically, but, figuratively. No pun intended. So with Libra energy here, I really feel, yeah, we got Libra right there too. Remember from the beginning of this, there's something here about equalizing your vibe at this time. You're going through a situation of equalization here, or equilibrium. You've been dormant for a long time, just like these volcanoes going off all over the planet. Some volcanoes haven't even been active for hundreds of years, and now they are. I feel like something has been dormant within your lineage for hundreds of years, but now it's not. And you're being called to really step forward into this. This is part of Saturn's blessing, unlocking dormant gifts within you. That was a part of the research that I was telling you I was doing the other day. Saturn will unlock gifts dormant within you when the time is right. It's all about timing for Saturn. Saturn is the gatekeeper of timelines, the gatekeeper of reality. Okay. You have this ability to hold on to a vision, even though no one sees where the blueprint is. You can see it without having to see it in the physical, but it tends to manifest for you in the physical through that strong ass faith that you have. You're a person of faith. You just know. You just know that the universal laws will bring it forward if you're in alignment with them in some way, shape, or form. That's what I'm getting. This channeling is very easy today. Sometimes it takes way more energy for me to get this kind of information grounded down quickly, but today, it's Saturn is direct, so this is coming through very easy, which I really love and appreciate. So with the star here, there's Aquarius energy, which is also ruled by Saturn. So we got Aquarius also in this air energy. I'm gonna keep this out. Your mind is changing. Your communication levels are elevating as well. You're able to debate differently, delegate the situation differently, lead differently, write differently, sing differently, speak differently. Mhm. Channel your own instant downloads very, not just differently, but uniquely. You're very unique, very. And I feel like you've been pouring into a group of people or your own collective in some way, shape, or form for a very long time. And Saturn's coming in, checking that list and saying, wow, yeah, you've had little mistakes here and there, or even big mistakes here and there, but you've done way more good work, and you need to be rewarded for this good work. You need to be shown that your work doesn't go without being seen, just as much as anything else that you may fear is being seen by the spirit realm. Your good work is being seen, your heart is being seen. Very powerful message. Very, very dope energy here. And I'm telling you, this 888 energy is not a game. You're also, this is about protection while you're bridging the spiritual and the physical domains together. You're becoming a master of the spirit and physical realm. Capricorns are the gatekeepers of knowledge and wisdom as well, as they are bridges of both worlds, spiritual and physical. You stand between both. So I am speaking to somebody who carries that archetype of high priest, high priestess. You may not even need to go by that at all because it's just an archetype of energy of someone who is literally, I'm getting not even just able to see the veil, like you exist as the veil yourself. Like you will be cloaked invisible or you will be seen and be very present in people's faces when the times are right here. That's just what I'm getting. So you have a very cool energy. Very cool. Very interesting, very unique, very different. Nobody's like you. You're one of one. You're the motherfucking GOAT, greatest of all time in your own domain, in your own right, period. And I'm not just tooting your horn, I mean it. So it says, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. So you know who you are. That's what I'm getting here. But you don't know what's really coming soon. In a good way, I mean this. This is like 10 of Pentacles energy, and what can unfold can be miraculous things. Give God, give the Most High, give the angels, give your guides room to make the most beautiful things happen in your life, okay? It says difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. I'm telling you, you've been through a beginning of your life, a certain chapter of your life, a certain half of your life, maybe even 2/3 of your life if you're, in that generation where things were a little bit difficult, but things are going to be easing up in a way that you've never felt before. You're already feeling this. Spirit says you'll know if this is your message because you're already seen blessings. You're already seen things flow in. You're already seen things reconfigure in order to work in your favor because you have adopted a new belief system. Focus on all the good. All right. Spirit says focus on all the good. Focus on what's working out. And you're doing this. I'm telling you from the beginning of this message, that kindness energy. And you're also being guided, continue to be there for others, continue to open up, but never leave yourself behind. Don't leave yourself behind though. Stay in tune with what you want in life. It's important that you fulfill yourself so you pour into others from a cup that's actually full and not fake full. Diamonds are cool who handle pressure well. I love this deck. You're definitely somebody who's been under some pressure, but that should give you an indication that you are a diamond. Okay. I'm going to leave this message here. If this is your message, comment below. I would love to know who the family is. And stay on the lookout later today for a collective tarot message. I've been dropping collective tarot readings here. I will be going live for a collective message. Okay, if I don't, I will definitely be dropping one at least pre-recorded, but I definitely feel like live is where it's at. YouTube tends to really push videos that go live. I mean, that's just the truth. So luckily, I'm cool with going live every time I do a reading, period. So yeah. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Start now. Don't start January 1st, 2026, new year, new me. Fuck that. Start right now. Cause all we've got is right now. Tomorrow's way too far away, but we can't get back yesterday. So get up right now. Cause all we've got is right now. Bye.